Ghost stories from around the world. Malaysia, the Penanggal.
Once there was a young girl who was bullied by a lot of people in her village.
People would often say really mean and terrible things to her, like she had a face that only her mother would love. And that made her bitter and angry, especially towards married or pregnant women. One day when the bullying was especially bad,
she finally broke down and went on a rampage, which resulted in the deaths of many pregnant women in her village.
She was then obviously caught and brought to justice. The villagers and the families of the victims hung her by a really tall tree, then used a different piece of rope and tied her legs together, then tied the other end of the rope to a bull. When the bull was let go, her body was pulled out, leaving her head and her organs dangling from the tree. And that's how she became a vengeful spirit, who floats around at night trying to find a pregnant woman to be her victim.
I've been doing this for a week and I swear I'm getting ABS. I'm gonna be built like Hisoka. I can't get rid of the Crawlo in the corner.
What is the best writing advice you've ever received? I'll share first. Over the years, I wrote a lot of plot-driven and character-driven stories. The former were exciting but a bit shallow, and the latter were thoughtful but a bit boring. It wasn't until my first MFA workshop with a professor named Thomas Paine, no relation to the founding father, that I learned an effective way to intertwine plot and character. Here's the process Tom showed us. 1. Let emotions drive your character's actions. 2. Give those actions consequences which affect the plot. 3. Use the consequences to inspire a small change inside your character. And 4, allow that change to influence their emotions. Then let their new emotions drive new actions and so on. Put this process on repeat and you'll turn your character's heart into the very engine of the story, driving the plot forward while tying each event directly into their growth.
Hi everyone, just a quick daily reminder that nothing in the universe really matters, so you shouldn't really care what anyone thinks, so you might as well just do whatever the fuck you want and dress however you want and just try and be happy because, you know, again, at the end, nothing matters. We all die. We all go to the forever box. It's fine. Yeah, huh? So do whatever you want. Be happy. Daily reminder. Make yourself happy. Eat food. Drink water, have cake. Love you.
I want you to know
that I'm never leaving, cause I miss the snow.
Till death will be freezing.
yeah, you are my home for all seasons.
So come on, let go.
I guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. You said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Red lights, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars, front yards, can't drive past the places we used to go. I just read a book quote that felt as if the writer had reached inside of my head and just put it down on paper, and I feel seen and it makes me uncomfortable, so you have to suffer with me. It often felt like everything exciting, everything that meant to happen, had happened before she was old enough to take part. The stories were over, the books closed, and she was stuck living in somebody else's happily ever after, a boring background character. She wanted more. She wanted to be something more. She wanted to change someone or save someone. She wanted a love people told stories about. I'm gonna go feral. This makes me feel feral.
It happened again! It happened again! Okay, so I was at Taco Bell literally right now. There's the drive-thru. I pulled over to film this. So my siblings all called. They're like, I'm hungry, we don't have food at home, get us Taco Bell. I ordered through the drive-thru, pull up to the window to pay. The guy is looking at me really, really weird when I handed my card. I was like, is there something on my face? Why is he looking at me weird? Then when he hands me back my card, he looks into my car and he says, I really like that Aaron plushie of yours. My Aaron plushie's right here in the cup holder. And I was like, oh my god, thanks. And he starts smirking. And then I open up the bag and homeboy snuck in a whole cup of free Cinnabon Delights. Are we about to kiss right now? I don't, what?
Look, I don't know if this was a joke or if you genuinely do want me to remix a children's song, but I did it anyway.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. Wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round.
Stop what you're doing, shut up, and read this book.
This one right here, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
I ain't fucking joking when I say I've never read anything more beautiful. This is historical fantasy with romance. The story starts out in 1714 France. Addie LaRue is an oppressed woman who wants much more than her simple life and village could ever offer her. She's been told never to pray to the gods after dark, but one day out of desperation she does. She asks for more time and freedom. The darkness uses her words against her and curses her to immortality and damned to be forgotten. Anyone that she's met in the past forgets her. Anyone that she meets in the future will forget her as soon as they're out of sight. So there's no way for her to leave a mark on the earth. But 300 years later, 2014 New York City, she meets a guy in a bookstore who remembers her name. This book was heartbreakingly beautiful. You can literally feel the emotions of these characters. This was a fucking masterpiece. I rate nothing 5 stars, but this right here, 5 stars. There's no fucking way you can predict the ending. And yes, I will be claiming my love for this book a personality trait. Here's a cursed image of me reading the last part and fan art for encouragement.
Choke me like you hate me, but you love me. Low-key wanna date me when you
Fuck me, touch me with the lights off and my chains on. Baby, I'm not the right one. You should.
Good morning everyone and welcome to my day as a first year medical student. So I always start off with some skincare and make a big coffee for all of my lectures today. After that I have 4 hours of lecture and for the next 5 weeks we're doing cardiology. After that I make a nice big oat bowl because I have a long day ahead of me at the hospital doing dermatology research.
You see me empty, glasses from the bottle in my head and feeling dizzy, but you
and
never
after my
fucking
shift,
listen.
I went to pick up my friend from the airport, and when I got home I went to the gym and just did a little bit of cardio and some stretching. I was super lazy to cook tonight, so I ended up going to Mad Radish and getting a nice little bowl, and for the rest of the night I just relaxed and caught up on The Bachelor, and yeah, that's all for today.
Smoking something much like she asked me if I do this every day. I said often. That's how many times you rode the wave, not so often.
Let me know which topic I should do next. She been trapped in a memory, missing out on a remedy. Fucked up off the Hennessy. She pretends to be what her friends believe. Yeah, she don't cry cause nothing lasts forever. Up all night she dances with the devil, but when she's all alone she remembers she's a lost soul, a pretender.
Like, put on a cute-ass outfit and walk in front of your camera at 0.3x speed and tell me you don't feel like a bad bitch!
I'm gonna show you love, maniac, sick bitch, psychopath. Yeah, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna show you. Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
She asked me if I do this every day. I said often. That's how many times.
I don't look like her. She's in all the magazines, so much prettier than me. You don't know it hurts, staring at my iPhone screen, watching others live their dreams.
Hold up TikTok, is this an old school Japanese city? It's actually a commons room in a Japanese bathhouse called the Oedo Onsen. Once you check in, you go to this booth to pick up a yukata, which is a casual kimono that you wear inside. I chose this one. Once you go through the locker room, you see a commons area that's inspired by old school Japanese cities. On your locker key, you're given a barcode that you use to pay at the restaurants inside. And there are many different options to choose from. They even have an arcade inside and a stand to play Japanese carnival games. There's also a common foot bath outside. When I went, it was decorated an umbrella theme for a limited time, and I recommend going at night for sure. Here's a place to sit down and eat your food. And here's a traditional dining room / relaxing room. And there's a sofa room upstairs with plenty of sofas so you can sit back and relax. You can even rent rooms upstairs for an hourly basis or even overnight. It's a really unique, relaxing experience, and I definitely recommend checking it out.
I've been trying not to go off the deep end. I don't think you wanna give me a reason. I've been trying not to go off the deep end.
Today I'll be showing you exactly how I became a really good artist. So I started out by finding pictures that had a lot of value and tracing them. I then went on and colored the entire picture so I would have a base, and then I used a cotton ball to blend. This is what it looked like after. I then went on and looked at all the shadows that I see and started coloring those in. It doesn't really matter if it's neat or not, as long as it's laid in the right place. Do not use the tip of your pencil to shade, use the side. I then went on and blended out the shadows as well. I repeated the process several more times to add more dimension to my drawing. Notice where the highlights are, they're usually focused around the nose, lips, and eyes. I used a kneaded eraser to erase the lightest parts of the face. You can also use a regular eraser, but I couldn't find one, so I just used that one. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram, I'll answer them. Also, don't forget to like and follow for more.
To all the high school kids that are salty about not being able to have a homecoming or a prom, listen. Now, it might just be because of years of consistent Wattpad reading rotting my brain, but I like to think of every situation that I come across as, what would this look like in a fanfiction? Now, before you tune me out, just listen. I'll set the scene for you. You're in your mid-20s, you live in an apartment downtown in the middle of the city, 17th floor, nice view, good for people watching. You decide to take your coworker out for drinks one night because he's super nice. He charms you and swoons you, and all of a sudden you're taking him back to your apartment. You decide to make him dinner, tortellini, because it's his favorite, he's Italian. And you start talking about how you didn't have a prom. Then, puts the tortellini fork down, makes his way over to the record player in the corner of the wall, puts on some smooth jazz, and you proceed to dance throughout the kitchen and the living room together. That man gives you the prom that you never got to have. Are you kidding? That's perfect. Your life can be fluff or smut.
So first, right, looking foot, down, up, left, right, to the can. Itu masuk coin. Okay, teman itu di sini. Hold you. Dapat. Easy. Dapat bodoh. Dapat betul ini. Ini pun ada cara so first, right, looking foot, down, up, left, right, to the can. Itu masuk coin. Okay, teman itu di sini. Hold you. Dapat. Easy. Dapat bodoh. Dapat betul ini.
What is something you found out late in life that you should have known earlier but you just didn't?
Hi, I'm a grade 12 student right now, and for all the 6 years that I've been in high school, this year lang ako naging aware sa isang website na malaki masyado ang help sa mga researches. At ito ay ang Sci-Hub. So Sci-Hub is a website that gives free access to several journals in different parts of the world na hindi na kailangan magbayad pa. So malaki ang pakinabang nito kung marami kayong mga research subjects sa high school na nangangailangan ng maraming journals. So ang gawin mo lang is kunin ang DOI ng journal na gusto mong kunan ng reference gaya nito, copy-paste mo lang, and let the magic work. Funny lang guys, kasi alam na ito ng mga classmates ko since grade 9 pa, and this year ko lang nalaman. So might as well, I'll just share it to you para di rin kayo lugi as well. Bye-bye!
Hi, my name is Rachel, and I'm a college senior. Until a few months ago, I didn't know what I wanted to do once I graduated. Until I found this website where you can live anywhere in the world rent-free by doing volunteer work. So now this summer I'm moving to Hawaii to volunteer at an animal sanctuary. I talk about it more in my new YouTube vid link in bio.
How to get that SpongeBob text-to-speech feature. Go to the website 15.ai and support their Patreon. Choose a source. I picked SpongeBob. Type in whatever you want to be the audio file, hit generate, and then you can download it. I save that to my files and then open up my video editing app. I'm using InShot. I'm going to add the audio file by clicking on the music button to the video I've already imported. Once that looks good, I'm going to save it, and then in TikTok, upload the video. Hit next, add regular text, and then you know what to do.
Hey best friend, it's me again. I actually noticed that you're currently sitting on your ass and not doing your fucking schoolwork. Stop neglecting your schoolwork. Do you want to pass? Do you want to pass? That's the real fucking question. Do you want to graduate and get out of the fucking hellhole we call the education system? Do you? Do you? Do you want to get your fucking degree? Then get up off of your ass and do your schoolwork. Love you so much. Have a great day. Mwah.
I might just hit it through a horse, that's on my element. I like dark skins, love a melanin. Talk, pushing me to talk when I'm stepping in. 30 bottles of the scene till I'm sentiment. I had the Lambo, switch to the Ferrari. I'm a gangster, but I like to party. Pop a Birkin, go retarded. I'm a pumping nigga, I'm cold. I might just hit it through a horse.
It's true. If you use rice water, it'll make your hair not only longer, thicker, but even shinier. But wait, before you try it, listen to this. This hair hack has actually been out for a while. Many YouTubers have tried it and it has worked. If you watch that girl's video, she shows you exactly how to make it. When I saw this part, I had to do some digging because I remember all the videos I've watched before, they only left it on for a half hour. Rice water contains a lot of starch and protein, so keeping it in your hair for more than a half hour could actually make it brittle and dry. But before I go on, just remember everyone's hair is different. And another thing, if you leave fermented water for more than 12 to 24 hours, it starts to stink. Add a couple drops of cinnamon oil and it's actually even better for your hair. Adding cinnamon oil to your rice water actually helps with dandruff and hair loss. Okay, that's all, bye.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, today for coming to my museum. Over here we have, this is someone who's supposed to be doing their homework, but they're scrolling on TikTok, so go ahead and take your pictures now. Unproductive.
So, it's super cold up in here, but I saw on TikTok, sorry for my hair, I saw on TikTok that if you hum and then if you drop on your heels, it's gonna shake the place. If you drop on your heels over and over again for about 30 seconds while humming, it like drops your voice like all the way down. Ready? my gosh.